Ecamm Fam, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Marshall Creates with Ecamm. How you guys doing this afternoon, this evening? If you're watching on the replay, it's good to be back. Wow, it's been a busy week, guys. It's been a busy week. I'm working on some cool things behind the scenes, which you guys will see shortly. You guys will see shortly. So I'm just pulling up the comments here. Hey, everybody, it's good to see you, Mr. Camera Junkie. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks so much. Katie, how's it going? All righty. Cool. Thanks. I appreciate it. Homesick Mac, Mr. Moderator. Thank you. Kimberly, welcome. Welcome to the broadcast. Yes, if you guys have a question for me, please drop a Q with a colon. It's good to see everybody. David, my man Doc is back. Doc is back in the building. I feel good. I feel at home now. I feel like I can relax a little bit. Got Big Brother watching over my shoulder. And Katie, she's not able to catch it live, but she will see us on the replay. Hey Katie, if you're watching the replay, it's great to see you. Thank you so much. So yes, guys, today we're gonna talk about the YouTube workflow. So some of you guys may do YouTube videos if not everything that you do is live. So today we're going to talk about just like a simple YouTube workflow, at least the one that I use when I do my YouTube videos. I know it's been a minute since I've done one, but I still have the same workflow. All right. So that's what we're going to get into today. Todd, Christmas Clatter, Simple Tech Review. What's going on? Marcello, what's happening? All right, guys. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I do when I get ready to film my YouTube videos is I will of course script the video, right? I will of course script the video, and I meant to record like a pre-recorded just portion of me speaking, but I'm sure I have some of that I could just find for you guys. So, but the first thing I'll do is actually script a video. So I have a quick nugget to share for you guys already, y'all. It's a service that I found recently that actually found me, I guess, through Facebook ads. And some of you guys may have seen it. Have you guys seen those ads on Facebook and YouTube that say a robot wrote this ad or something like that, or AI wrote this ad? So I clicked on that ad out of curiosity, and I came across this service called Jasper. So it used to be called Jarvis, I believe last year, but they changed it to Jasper. So now it's called Jasper, but it's an amazing piece of software, y'all. It's almost scary. So I just want to show it to you guys real quick because this could really help you with your scripting, with the scripting of your videos, right? So with me, I may have a topic, and I haven't used this to script like one of my own videos yet, but I actually used it for a top secret project that we're going to be revealing to you guys shortly, to help get my thoughts together, right? So I had a bunch of notes, but I was able to put those notes into this software, and it gave me like a couple different paragraphs, but I was able to pick and choose different lines from the software to use in my actual script. So it's really dope, y'all. It's really dope. So I'm going to pull it up real quick and show it to y'all. So let me pull up this, and we got the screen share. Boom. Finally got my Stream Deck set up again after like not using it for a couple of years. So it's called Jasper, y'all. Jasper.ai. As you can see right here, the future of writing. It's really amazing. So let me see here. I believe not signed in with Google. Cool. So this is the dashboard. So if you go to templates, right? Check this out, y'all. They have all of these different templates that you could use. So if we're going to do a video, we'll click video. So we're going to make this episode a bit more interactive, okay, y'all? So just so you can see the power of this. So if anybody wants to throw out, Grant says I'm very old baby YouTuber, Doc. Oh, Doc, you use Jasper as well? Man, you didn't put us on game. Look, I may be letting the cat out of the bag when it comes to Jasper, because it's probably a lot of people's secret weapons. I know it's going to be mine, but it's not such a secret anymore. But it's really dope, y'all. And as I do this, I want to quickly adjust my camera settings real quick, y'all, on the fly, because I look a little too warm. Boom. I like this a little better. All right, y'all, just on the fly. Okay. Cool. Cool. Katie says I can let the cat out of the bag. Cool. All right, y'all. So this is what it looks like. So video topic is ideas, script outline, video titles, blah blah blah, hook and introduction. So let's come up with a quick topic for a video real quick, just so I can show you guys this in real time. And if you guys sign up, I don't have a affiliate link, but make sure you check Docs. You use Docs affiliate link. I don't have one, but if you're going to sign up for this service, which I would recommend, if you do like any kind of scripting, any kind of writing, it can help you out. Like if you just have some thoughts in your head, and like any kind of copywriting you may be doing for your website or anything, it's really amazing. So Paul's a cat daddy. So let's come up with a quick video topic idea, really quickly. If not, I'll kind of pick one at random just so I can show you guys this in action here, so we can come up with a quick script. All right. Okay. Jasper's my homeboy. Blushing. All right. Is that what we're gonna do? Let the robots help you, right? All right. I don't know if that's a good enough topic though. I don't know if that's one or not. All right. So. All right. I don't have any topics yet. I know there's a bit of a delay, but I'll just pick one at random. Podcast artwork. Okay. All right. Cool. Podcast artwork. So the video topic is going to be how to create podcast artwork. Let me see what prompts they gave me first. Okay, yeah, that's fine. How to create podcast, podcast artwork. Tone of voice, we'll just leave it at witty. I think that's cool. Generate. Tips for making podcasts. Okay. Tips for making podcast artwork. So now it's generating. Boom. So these are the three outputs. So on this one, we're given an outline. Okay. So it gives me three different outputs, and this whole thing isn't going to be a Jasper tutorial, so I'll try to make this quick. But it's essentially giving us an outline to use to go ahead and write the rest of our script for the video. And it's three different options to choose from. Use high quality graphics. Make sure your artwork is consistent with the tone of your podcast. Y'all, this is AI. Use fonts that are easy to read. Don't overcrowd your artwork, text, and graphics. Keep it simple. Boom. You can write a whole blog post from this just that fast, y'all. And this is just for the outline. I didn't even get to the actual script yet. Isn't that amazing, y'all? All right, so let me go back because this is actually the wrong thing, but you can see that how powerful it is. Like it pretty much wrote your outline for you with just these 5 words, y'all. Can you believe it? It's crazy. So let me go back to video, video script, hook and introduction, video description. So script, hook, and introduction. Yeah, let's go here. Form of a lot, but you can also put people in the for tone of voice. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Let me see. How to create podcast artwork, witty. Am I on the right thing? Yeah, okay. Let me make sure. Okay, cool. This week's the flow, very good. Okay. You on top of it. So now we know that Doc is behind Jasper. All right, look, check this out, y'all. I'll let you read it for yourself, but you can see, look, it gave me three different outputs. This video, I'm going to show you how to create podcast artwork that will make your listeners want to hit the subscribe button Hey there, my name is Marshall Fox. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create some amazing podcast artwork. Now, if you're like most podcasters, you're probably not a designer, and that's totally okay. I'm going to show you some simple techniques that'll help you create artwork that'll make your listeners want to hit the subscribe button. So sit back, and this is a little redundant, but it's getting the job done. You can tweak it. So sit back and relax, and let me show you how it's done. So this is just 3 different outputs, y'all. Amazing, just amazing stuff, man. So you can go here and copy it, open in Docs or whatever. And you can essentially use, if you don't use all of it, just use bits and pieces to kind of get your stuff together, right? So I just wanted to share this with you guys because we're talking about the YouTube workflow, and I'll definitely be using this. The thing about my videos, like my styles are a little bit different, but still, it'll still help. It'll still help convey what I'm trying to convey to my audience. Just to, if you have a little bit of writer's block, you saw, y'all, I typed 5 words. How to create podcast artwork, and it gave me this whole hook and introduction. So this can, it'll help you kind of kickstart your scripting if you want. So yeah, definitely check out Jasper, y'all. Hit Doc's link if y'all sign up. Support the fam, okay? DocRockLive.live/Jasper. So yeah, I'll put y'all some game. So yeah, definitely check out. Yeah, we used this last week. I'm telling you, it's phenomenal, y'all. It is phenomenal. And the thing is, I believe it's about $79 a month, depending on what plan you get. But you have credit, so I get 50,000 credits. So it's essentially how many words you generate per month. So as you generate more and more of these, more of the outputs, it will deduct from your total credits. So it's about, 50,000 words is a lot of words, y'all. And the thing is, you can use it as a Kickstarter. And even still, I think I maybe use 1,000 words. Even though I just signed up a couple months ago, but maybe use 1,000, maybe 2,000 a month just to kind of get some ideas flowing. So definitely check it out. Jasper, y'all. So it should be about $79. Let me see. If I can find my pricing. Billing, let me see here. Edit plan. Let's look at the plans here. Okay, so it's actually $59. $59 for 50,000 words. But yeah, y'all can check out the pricing, I believe, on the website. Jasper.ai. Pricing. Okay, yeah, so you can put in your approximate words. So I think I'm on the starter plan. Yeah, I'm on one of these. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm on this one because monthly. Yeah, it bumps it up. Cool. All right, y'all. So step 1 is scripting. So I don't have an actual script, but that is step 1. Okay, to actually filming a YouTube video. So you want to script the video. So of course you can use whatever word processor you want. Sometimes I do it in Google Docs if I have to share the script with someone. But I mostly use either Bear or Evernote. I switched back to Evernote recently, and I really like Evernote. So that's what I actually use to actually type my script in. But it doesn't really matter where you if you do Google Docs or whatever processor you use. So the second step will be to record in Ecamm. So there are usually a couple different things you want to record. You want to record your A-roll, which is you speaking into let me switch my scene. Boom. This is essentially this shot. You speaking into the camera, that's your A-roll, and then your B-roll is any supplemental footage that you get, like with your camera. If you record something in your office or something like that, then you'll want to record that B-roll. If you have any stock footage that you want to add in, that's considered B-roll as well. So you want to have all of that together. And something else that I do, it really just depends on the type of video that I'm doing, is I will go ahead and source the audio first. I'll source the audio first. Like when I did my office tour and stuff last year, and a lot of the videos that I did for Ecamm, like the lighting video, I think the microphone video, I had like a little mini intro kind of to the music. I had that music picked out first. That was one of the first things I did. Like I didn't add that in afterwards. That may not be a realistic depending on how often you're putting content out. But the service that I use, and there's a lot of them out here. I'm sure you guys see the ad. You hear about Epidemic Sound. art lists and stuff like that. But I use Soundstripe. I like it. It's really dope. So they have different playlists in here. If you go to playlist music, they actually have a video, like stock video and stuff as well. Oh, you guys can't even see it. Boom. Okay, so Soundstripe. Let me go back so you guys can see the home page. Soundstripe. Okay, yeah, so this is the home page. I don't know how I came into contact with Soundstripe, but I've been a member for a couple of years. I think the prices are pretty reasonable. I think it's a couple $100 a year. But yeah, the quality of the music. And the reason I like Soundstripe as well is because I know they're kind of like the underdog. I don't want to call them underdog, but they're not quite as popular as like Epidemic Sound. So I'm really big on, this is a quick nugget for anybody, y'all. I usually will share this kind of stuff with my designers, but I'm a big fan of finding white space. And this is some free game for y'all. And I actually heard the term first used by, I was doing this unknowingly, but I heard the term first used by Kris Jenner in her masterclass that recently came out. I just wanted to check it out just to see what she was talking about as it relates to personal branding. So she talked about finding your white space. So what does that mean? It's like an area that not a lot of people are in, but there's a huge opportunity because it's easier for you to stand out. Okay. So that's one of the reasons I use Soundstripe is because I knew that if most people were using Epidemic Sound and that's what they're familiar with, I'm gonna use Soundstripe if they have great quality because I know not everybody's gonna have the same music as me, you know, because I'm sure you've seen some of those videos. Like I heard that jingle before, I heard this and that before, but I do that all the time. That's the reason I'm speaking to you guys right here, right now with Ecamm. I was able to partner with Ecamm. Why? Because a couple years ago, Ecamm Live was a smaller app with a smaller footprint, so it was easier for me to stand out. Not that that is what I was trying to do. I wasn't trying to do that. It wasn't my intention. I was just, was adding value and stuff like that. But there was some white space there, where it wasn't that hard. So that's something I kind of recommend that designers do, and really anybody, is to find white space. Same thing with this chair that I'm in. Got the chair. I kind of knew there was gonna be some opportunity there, right? Not to say that's why I got the chair, but I knew there was something that was gonna happen, that was gonna come from that. So when I bought the chair, Hayworth, they mainly serve corporate clients before the pandemic. So when I got the chair, put a review up, it wasn't hard for the thing to blow up and get a lot of views and spread throughout Hayworth because nobody put out a quality chair review video of the chair. So that's just a couple examples of finding white space. And it's easier to dominate or get more attention when you do things like that. So that was just a quick nugget, but anyway, that's a long answer to why I ended up using Soundstripe. As I use Wix, I mean, there's tons of examples that I could give you about that where it'll be just a lot easier for you to stand out and get noticed, just because everybody isn't there. So yeah. I'm trying to think of a couple other examples, but I don't want to beat the dead horse. All right, cool. So Soundstripe, I love it. I have different playlists here. Music. So it has different categories, of course, vlog and social media, documentary and film. I've really been into more of the scores and stuff like that recently, just to listen to, as opposed to like your typical chill hop and stuff that creators listen to when they work, just to get a bit of a different vibe. But then I'll create these playlists, y'all. So I go to you go to my media and playlist. As you can see, I have different playlists here. Ecamm promo. So when I do Ecamm stuff, I kind of pull from this. So if I come across a song I think will work with an Ecamm video that I'm doing, I'll drop it in here. And then stuff for YouTube, I'll drop it in here. Just stuff I come across as well. So I won't play anything because we don't want any copyright claims. But you can go ahead and add your channels. Let me see here if I can find it. Content ID, is this it? Yeah. So authorized channels. So your videos will automatically be cleared, so you won't really have any copyright issues. So you can generate unique IDs for each of your songs, and I can show you that real quick. But I want to have double and triple protection. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want any smoke with copyright or anything like that. So I just added the channels that I put videos on. So Ecamm Live here. So anything I do for Ecamm will be clear, and then anything on my channel will be clear as well. But you could also, so if I this is another thing, y'all. This is another quick nugget. Okay. Big fish in a small pond. Perfectly. Yup, big fox in a small pond. Pretty much. You know, pretty much. That sums it up perfectly. It took me 4 or 5 minutes to explain what Doc described in one sentence. So check this out, y'all. So you can download it, but they have different versions. They have just the chorus, intro, verse, etc. But check this out. I'm gonna try to find another one. They also have stems, y'all. So if you're not familiar with stems, it's where you can have different parts of the track. Like, let's say you can isolate just the drums, or just the bass, or just the guitar, or just the vocals if there are vocals. So that comes in handy when you're working on certain projects, certain videos where you want to have just the drums for one part, or maybe you want to start with the drums and then have the beat kick in, or the bass drop at a certain point, or you want to drop out certain elements of the song at certain points of the video. They're really helpful. They're really helpful. So this one looks like the actual stems aren't broken. Yeah, so that's what these will likely be. So let me download this here. So here they go right here. And you see down here it says generate YouTube code. So I can generate a code for YouTube and copy this into the description if I need to. But being as though my channel was already added, I don't have to do this. But this is just an extra layer of protection. Automatically clear the video. Each song requires its own code. Codes are only valid for a single use. Must be regenerated. So let me just download the stems real quick. So you can add a project title. So I'm not going to do that because I'm not really doing a project. So it's just downloading. Okay. All right, so let me just download this. So what I'm going to actually do, I'm going to skip ahead a bit. So what I'm going to do now is just place this in the folder. So I usually edit off of my external hard drive, this SanDisk. It looks like this. One of these. It's called the SanDisk Extreme Pro. So I edit off of that just so I'm not keeping footage on my computer, because I don't want to use up that valuable space. So so I go into the Extreme Pro, and I'll create a new folder for the video. So let's just do Marshall creates video, okay? And I'm gonna create another folder called media. I'm gonna put all my audio and video inside of this. So I use Final Cut Pro, all right? So I'll save it here. So we'll use this when we need to, and I'll download the full track as well, just because I will end up using this just for this example. Alternate version, so this, you know, it explains it what it is as well. So I'll just download this as well. Okay, so now I have my music, and I have some B-roll as well. I just don't have some A-roll, so I'm going to grab some A-roll real quick from my Ecamm folder. Anybody have any questions so far while I grab some random A-roll live recordings? Okay. All right. I'm looking at video. I found some video from the keynote video that was nixed. So we'll probably use this because I just titled it that. So let me see, keynote intro. Boom, that's perfect. So now I'm just going to do Command C. I want to drop this footage inside of my folder, Marshall Creates Media, and I also have some random B-roll that I recorded for this video that I'll drop in as well. So I'm just going to airdrop it from my phone to, okay. Oh, no people found because I turned the Wi-Fi off, of course, because I'm wired in. So I'm just going to airdrop this in a second. What's your linear workflow? How you prepare a workflow? Idea, notes, script, etc. So it really just depends. So for example, I'm going to be working on a video titled like top 5 books for graphic designers, right? So in that, I have my 5 books outlined and then like a couple major points from each book, and then like the overarching I guess message in the book, and then I'll move on to the next one, and then the next one, and the next one. So I do like an intro, like you know, YouTube was good, y'all. I'm Marshall Fox. Today I'm going to give you my top 5 books for graphic designers. These are books that personally have helped me grow my business. I feel like they're required reading for graphic designers. And here they are in no particular order. And number 1, and I'll just jump into it like that. You know, I haven't done this video yet, but this is likely what I'll do, something like that, and just go through it like one by one, and then, you know, have an outro. So I would just write down my notes, likely in bullet points. But to be honest, y'all, I work better with everything scripted, like almost every line scripted, and I'll use the Padcaster teleprompter, which is this right here. This is what it looks like. So I would just put this on my lens, right? Now, well, first put the phone here. I would have the app, have the script on here. Put the phone, it's like a little spring system. Put the phone here, and it would show, you can see it here, but it'll show the actual script to me in reverse. You can't see it, right? But you use this teleprompter and control it with my iPad, or they have an app for the Mac, and just scroll down and read it. And the thing is, I may be able to show you one of my clips, but I'll like read the same couple lines over and over until it sounds natural, because I say it in different ways, and then like once it flows, I'm like, okay, I like that. So I'm not a beast like that yet. I'm not like that great off the cuff when it comes to those types of videos, because I feel like I probably overthink a lot, but I don't want to miss anything, like something important where it's like, oh, I really wanted to share that piece of information with my audience. I missed it. So yeah, does that answer your questions? Just script it out and then just read from the teleprompter, and then that's it. Let me see what notes, script, etc. So I do use Evernote. Let me see if I have that note in here. Let me see here what I have so far. Okay. All right, so I will show you guys this real quick, just so you can see how I use it in Evernote. Okay. So this is just a little it's like a little table with some videos that I'm gonna be doing, so you guys are getting a sneak peek. So, and the thing is, like for example, you can link it. So this is Evernote. You can link different videos to different other notes, right? So I was able to link this one. So this is just some notes, right, that I took on this specific video. So then I'll actually do like a whole script once I get to that point in Evernote. But you can of course do stuff like this in whatever word processor or note software that you use. So all right, y'all, where was I? Okay, so I need to airdrop this B-roll really quickly, and then I'll show you what I do inside of Final Cut. So there are a couple different ways to edit, in my opinion, which I'll talk about in a second. Okay, so it's currently waiting. So while it does that, put this teleprompter back up there. I'm going to open up Final Cut. Hope that everything is cool. All right, it's currently being received. So now I have my downloads. So I'm going to drag these inside of the folder, the media folder that I created. So now I'll pull from this media folder when I'm in Final Cut. Okay. Yes, please hit the like button, y'all. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. Oh, snap, y'all. Got a sneak preview. I'll just let y'all see this one frame. This is all y'all get. For now. For now. All right, so now I'm going to do file, new library. So I want to create a new library in Final Cut. Okay. Because I don't want to create, so this project that you see in front of you is a completely separate library. So a library is essentially like a project, like an entire project by itself, and all of its assets and all of that. So, all right, so a new library, I'm going to create it inside of the folder I just created, Marshall Creates Video. So I'll do YouTube workflow. I'll just leave it at that. So now I have a fresh library. So I'm going to click this up here and then do file, new. I already have the event, so I'll do a project, new project in here. So I'll do YouTube workflow. I'm going to do 1080p just because I don't want this computer. I have faith in it, but you never know while I'm streaming what can happen. Our 1080p is cool. An event, so this is the event that was just created. I could have created a new event, but this is fine. It's just dated. I know Doc says he does something different, probably more organized than that, but I just leave it as the actual date. Okay. All right, YouTube workflow. So now I have a new project, a blank timeline. So now I'll add in my footage. So I'll hit this down button up here, which is for the to import, or I'll go to File, Import Media. Now I'll just select, hold on, wrong media folder. Stream Pro, Marshall Creates Media. So I'll open all of this. Oops, I forgot to unzip my music, but it's okay. I'll leave all of this the way it is. Okay. So now I have my intro. So I'll kind of scrub through. I know there's a way to see the audio, see the lines on here. You see. There we go. So sometimes I have these on it. Usually I just scroll through and see which take I like. But sometimes I'll like clap at the end of a good take, right? So if I have a good take, I'll like clap so I can see the waveform and then select that portion. But I'll just scroll through and grab a section. So let me just do that real quick. I'm like mad nervous. I don't know what I'm about to say on here, y'all. But I'm gonna just play a clip so y'all can see like what the process typically looks like. If I cuss or something, I'm sorry. So you got an online course or pre-recorded presentation idea, but you don't have the time to do it the way you really want to do it, right? Without those typical boring static slides and without spending a whole bunch of time editing. You don't want to put out anything half-baked, so you feel stuck. Trust me, I get it. All right, well, it actually worked pretty well. I was expecting myself to mess up. So keep in mind, I don't know if you guys heard that or not. Can you hear that? I was reading from a script, but I've kind of read it a few times where I was like, okay, I just want it to sound natural. All right, so I drag that into the timeline. So the first step one, once I get into Final Cut, is to make what we call the A cut. I think that's what it's called. At least that's what I call it. So all my A roll, which is my talking shots like this, I want to add that into the timeline first, because there are two ways to edit, at least in my opinion. there's top to bottom, and then there's left to right. So it almost, think about like a Chipotle bowl, right? You can eat it left to right, even though that's typically how I eat it. Or you can eat it top to bottom, where you like start with your lettuce and then with your meats and then your rice. You could do either way. But in this case, I think the most efficient way to edit is left to right, meaning you add all your A-roll in first instead of adding in an A-roll clip and then a B-roll clip and then your transition and then your color grading, because there's a lot of different steps. So I prefer you just to do it the easiest way, which is to get all your A-roll clips in first, do the A cut. That way you can see approximately how long your total video is going to be, right? First, add in your music and stuff like that, and then go back and add in your B-roll, start adding a little bit of sizzle and spice to the video, so it's just not like a long talking like boring shot. Okay. All right, so let me play this next clip. Did y'all hear that when I was speaking? I don't know if you guys could hear that or not. All right, let me just find another quick clip. Ecamm fam, what's good, y'all? I'm Marshall Fox, and in this video, I'm gonna show you how to use. All right, so you see, like I'm messed up. I think I must have forgot my thought or something like that. Ecamm. Excuse me, I do that a lot. I clear my throat a lot. I'm sorry. Ecamm fam, what's good, y'all? I'm Marshall Fox, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to use Keynote and Ecamm Live to create a really dope online course or pre-recorded presentation, and half the time using those two simple tools. So this is the exact method that I use to create my own course in about 2 days. So I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. Stay tuned. Let's go. All right. That was pretty. It was pretty good. Pretty good take, Marsh. Look, I'm saying that because I'm usually not that good. I did feel like that was a long sentence. I think I must have did that a couple times. Ecamm fam. So now look, I was practicing how to say Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam. Ecamm fam, what's good, y'all? Ecamm fam, what's good, y'all? I'm Marshall. All right. But yeah, so you see, like, it'll take me a while to get the exact statements out, but you know, the main benefit, at least for me, is that I know my content looks amazing with little editing. And once I run through the content, I just have to cut out the junk, like mess ups, filler words, etc. So I save a time. So did you see me reading the teleprompter? Did you see that? Where's that? Look at my eyes. All right. So in that moment, I was reading the you can't really tell, but you could tell, right? I was reading the teleprompter. Then I just have to cut out the junk, like mess ups, filler words, etc. Reading. So I save a time. So I'm saving a lot of time on top of looking pretty cool. All right. Katie, y'all should have never gave me a show. I'm a goofball. All right, so yeah. This one I didn't have a lot of mess ups. But anyway, I'll go through select. So with Final Cut, you can hit the I button to do it like an endpoint, and then the O button to do an out point and just drag that into the timeline. Or you can just drag the whole clip into the timeline and make it slices down here. So the slice, you can use this tool called the blade tool, B, or what I do is Command B when I want to make a slice. So I'll zoom in here and I can like cut out filler words. So you can see this gap in the waveform down here. That is dead space. So I want to like remove that. So anyway, I do my whole A cut, take my clips that I need, scroll through and drag the clips that I want down here. And then I'll come back in and layer in my B-roll. So once the A cut is done, I like to do that just so I can see roughly how long it's going to be. And then I'll come back and layer in my B-roll. So in this case, I got some random B-roll. I just took stuff around my office because I just wanted to do something quick with my phone. So then, you know, you can literally just drag it on top of your timeline like this. So the B-roll will play while your A-roll is playing. All right, before we begin, I gotta let you guys know this right up front. When you click play in Keynote to run, all right, so little stuff like that. So you can of course layer in your B-roll, and then A-roll, you can add in your music. Of course, I'm just doing this quickly. This isn't a full video because we're running out of time, but looks like just had the vocals here. So I need to unzip that music file real quick and come back. Y'all have any questions so far? Oh yeah. Yeah, Doc. I'm hoping to get to your level. I need to be honest. You might have to do some trainings for your boy because I got too many videos to do and not enough time. I got a lot of content I want to get out to my audience, as you know. Um, but yeah, you know me, man. I'm usually behind the scenes working on something cool, but I want to start doing my own thing. You know, put my own content out soon. I've been saying that for like 2 years, but it's almost time. Let it flow. Let it flow. Yeah. Yo, check this out, y'all. This is another nugget. I know it's not really recommended, but it's white space again. So like if you look at my channel, y'all, I have a couple videos and the views are, I don't want to say significant, but they are pretty high, I would say. Let's just look at it real quick. Not all of them, but a couple of them. Like my first couple videos, let me see. YouTube, let's pause it. Videos, 2.5, but then 61,000 to 2.2, 70,000. You know, so it's not bad for like not having really any videos on the channel, right? Because what I talked about with white space. So I'm like, all right, if I'm starting YouTube, they say put out a whole bunch of crappy videos first, but I'm like, being a designer, I'm a quality over quantity type of guy. So I'm like, if I'm putting out stuff, I want it to be quality. I'm trying to get more away from that because like I said, I have a lot more videos that I want to put out, but the white space is that new YouTubers typically don't have good quality. So what does that mean to me? Okay, I'm a new YouTuber, so all I got to do is put out something a little better than your average new YouTuber, and it's going to get more traction. That's my philosophy. And it's also about anticipation and expectation and intentionality. You know, intentionality and expectation. So being intentional about what I'm trying to do and then expecting it to work in my favor. So I use that, you know, I can go into the law, you know, the law of abundance, the law of attraction, you know, all of that stuff. But it really works, y'all. It really works. Like it really does. Like I have countless examples that I could use. But if you just have an overall positive mindset around what you're doing, let's say you're starting a live stream, you're starting a podcast, hopefully a video podcast, just stay positive, y'all. Just have positive vibes, positive expectations. Don't go into it thinking like, okay, what if it doesn't work? Go into it thinking, how exciting is it going to be when this does work, right? Like, cause you know what the quote unquote bottom is. And I tell the designers that I mentor all the time, like, you know what the bottom is, but you don't know what the top is. I don't even know what the top is. Like, I don't know how big this thing could go, you know, and this thing could be my YouTube channel. It, you know, be life in general. I don't know what that is yet. So that excitement is like what keeps me going. It keeps me positive. And when you have certain vibes and you operate at a certain frequency, certain opportunities just come to y'all. Just come to you. It just comes to you. You know what I'm saying? It just comes to you. It just happens. And I see, especially these days with social media, it's easy to be negative and it's easy to feed into everything that you see on social media, but it's easy to not do that as well. And when you don't do that type of stuff, you're in the minority and you have more opportunities. And it's not just about having more opportunities. It's just about not being like everybody else. That's all. So I know there's a little a mini nugget, but felt compelled to share that with y'all real quick. So yeah, Doc, you didn't respond that whole little mini sermon, but yeah, that's why you know, I just try to find little ways that I can just be different and not do what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? So if that means I got a script or I got to take a bit more time with my videos, I'm good with that, you know, but I got to find that balance as well. I got to find that balance. Cool. All right. So let's go back to the timeline. So let me see where I was. So you do your A cut. Okay. You add in your music, and stems. So I won't play the music because we don't want any copyright strikes. You know, we probably will be fine because, you know, Ecamm's added as a channel in my Soundstripe account. Then add in graphics. So it really just depends on what I'm doing when it comes to the types of graphics that I use. Right. For example, should I show this? I don't know if I have the green light to share anything, but I was going to show you guys a document that I use to kind of create graphics for my videos. But yeah, I guess I can. These are some thumbnails. Like, shout out to David McGill. He usually pops on to support. I actually have a call with him in about an hour. But he's one of my clients. I branded his channel. He has over 100,000 subs. He just launched recently. But anyway, I do his thumbnails for his channel and stuff. But anyway, something happened. Okay. All right. Open recent. All right, so I usually do a this is just a sneak peek. Hopefully, Katie, this is cool. I'm showing a sneak peek. But anyway, a video I recently did. It's coming out soon, y'all, with Ecamm. I'll create a document like this, right? So this is in Affinity Designer, and I just do my graphics. So for you, it may be like Canva or Photoshop, but I use a document like this, and I just create my different frames, the different stuff, my graphics for the videos that I use. So if I want, like, you can't really see this, but if it's certain elements that I just want to do inside of a design program and bring it into Final Cut, then I'll do it in here. Let me add this. So yeah, like take a screenshot, add a drop shadow, add it in here. So I see everything in one spot. So I kind of jump back and forth between Final Cut and then Affinity Designer, depending on what graphics that I need. So I'll add like a graphic on here, and I'll add it to the library and then drag it onto the timeline. Okay. But a lot of what I do is with plugins, y'all. So for example, inside of Final Cut, let me make sure I'm not getting ahead of myself. All right, so first, before I even get into the plugins, so let's just recap real quick. Do my A cut first. So that's just my A roll. Add in my B roll. Add in music, add in graphics, and then I'll go and add transitions where I need to. So over here, you see transitions. Then I have different ones that I've downloaded, and you can like literally preview them as you scroll over. Different ones, whole bunch of different kinds. And I'll show you where I get these. There's two main sources. Come on. Oh my goodness. Okay, lights and film. There's a lot of different ones you can get. That's what I like. I like doing this type of stuff because it's like endless, and you don't have to do everything from scratch. So yeah, a lot of different ones that you could choose from. Well, it depends on what you download. So I'll bring the transition. So let me just grab a transition real quick. I just grab this one and drag it right in between the two cuts. So now if I play it, so you feel. So let me reduce this audio. So yeah, you add transitions in. Of course, that didn't make sense there, but I would maybe have a logo or opener or something right there, and then come back say, Ecamm Fam, what's good, y'all? March Files, blah blah blah. All right. So then once the transitions are in, let's pretend it's a long video, my A roll, my B roll. Once the transitions are in, then I will add in additional graphics. So up here in titles, these are of course a lot of different ones that I added. But let's say I want to add like a lower thirds or something like that. Let's see here. Like this. Subscribe. Let's add it over here. Drag it on there, and then over here I can change the parameters. I'm always pausing the video on a crazy frame. Build in, if I wanted to build in or build out, transform. So I should see an area to add my own photo here. If it's not there, yeah, so it should be this drop zone. Yeah, so if I add my photo, if I click drop zone, let's say I wanted to click this. Or it should be a static image. I don't think I have one. I don't have a static image, but let's just take a picture of myself here, since this is funny, and use this. So I use Snagit. I'm gonna save this in my media folder real quick. All right, photo. So now import it. So you want to, in my opinion, you want to add everything into your media folder. You don't just drag it into Final Cut, because stuff will get all over the place, and then you'll end up with a whole bunch of hard drive space gone because your stuff is disorganized. So now I have the photo in here. So now if I click this, hit apply clip, now I have this image of myself right there. All right, so I can scale myself down. Boom. And I can change, of course, the width of the different items, size of this. So it's a lot of different stuff that you can do. You can move it around literally. I could change the fonts, the colors, etc. So I want to change it to say let's just say download. I don't know. That's a little too long, but I should be able to change the actual size. Let me just change the size of the text. So as you play it, it's a little choppy, some frames to drop in, probably because I'm streaming and then using Final Cut, which is resource intensive. So and I'm always pausing on a weird frame. But anyway, a lot of different titles and stuff that you can add, right? So then I'll add in my audio. Let's say a music clip. So I'm just going to use this for example, add this down here. Even I think it's just the background vocals for this song. So I'm gonna make sure I turn it down. So I add my sound down there. And then I'll do some color grading, and then I'll come back through and add in like little sound effects. So first I'll do some like color grading. I'm not really great at that, so you know, don't just take this with a grain of salt, yo, because there's so many good videos on YouTube about how to color grade your video. I literally just go over. So I'll click my clip, right? It's a couple different ways. Like, I don't want to bog you down into the details, but you can add like an adjustment layer to the top of all your footage if you want. I think I downloaded this though, and then just tweak this layer. If not, you're gonna have to tweak every single clip. So I'll do that because most of you, if you're using Final Cut, at least starting out, you won't have the adjustment layer. So I'll just come over to this little icon, show the color inspector. So you can do it like really simple, like this, adjust the color, saturation, exposure, highlights, midtones, etc. Do it this way. But then if you want to get a little fancy, you can use the color board, color wheels, hue, saturation curves. So I really recently started doing something like that. Like I did it on a recent video. And you know what? Let me show y'all that real quick. Just one frame. For example, this one. So this is with the color grade, right? Let me copy this and add it. Yeah. Let me go back and add it right here. It's not in this library, so it's giving me a little warning. So this is without it. This is with the color grade. Okay. Hold up. It didn't add all my adjustments. All right, let me go back, y'all. Because it didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Hold on, y'all. Did I turn this off? No, I didn't. Something's up with this. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Because there should be some different color adjustments on here, which it is not. If I go here, So yeah, I guess you can see this. I'll take a quick screenshot of this. So this is without the color grade, and then let me see real quick. From clipboard, and then this is with. Okay. All right. Maybe. All right. So can you guys see the difference? So this is with the color adjustments on, and this is without. So I didn't even realize that I needed a lot of color adjustments. It's not a lot, but like when I look at this, after looking at this, it's clearly more of like a green hue to this shot, right? And I guess it's because I have the glow over here. And this is just another nugget, y'all. I don't have it next to me. I don't have the light next to me, but it's one of them NAND lights that I'm using to add this extra glow. Like the main glow is coming from the corner, hue light strips, but I wanted to make it look like it's glowing bright enough to glow on me, which it wasn't. So I had one of them NAND lights. I had it on a tripod. It's not close to me, but that's what I use to kind of get that effect on the side of my face for the shot. So it looks a little bit more cinematic. So this is with the color grade, without. And let me see the difference. So subtle, but it works, right? Okay. So yeah, once I do that, like I'll also add in my like sound effects like whooshes and pops. So I just get that from Envato Elements. So I'll do like whoosh, right? And they have different ones. So I like the ones that come in like a pack. Let me see this one.
Audio Jungle.
Not that one. Yeah, like this one.
Audio Jungle.
So that sounds crazy, but this is the thing. It's different ones, like they're isolated. So like you may have one, like the slower one. If you have something coming into the screen that comes in slower, you might want to use the first one. Like just take that piece out. If something comes in a little faster, use the second one. But like when they have them all back to back like that, it sounds like sounds crazy. But you just take the piece out that you need. Then another one is like plops for when certain stuff comes up on the screen that you want to plop. So different ones like plop.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
So it's different ones. Audio Jungle. There is a lot of junk when it comes to these sounds, y'all. Mess with anything. A lot of the stock photo, stock video, music, royalty-free music. There's a lot of junk, but there's still a lot of good stuff that you can find as well. So I think Soundstripe has sound effects as well that you can use. A lot of different places have sound effects. Another one, y'all, is like for example, I used the iPhone. I used the iPhone sound, like the message sound, and I got that off of YouTube. So let me see. I can pull it up real quick. YouTube. Pull it over here. I'm gonna call in 10 minutes. So like if I wanted to use that, so what I would do from here, if they don't have like a download, I'll just hit share, copy this, and then open up Downy. You guys remember when I talked about Downy, right? And hit plus, and it will go ahead and download the video, or I can download just the audio. That's an hour long, so let me just grab this one. Nothing. Oh, yeah, there we go. So I would hit share, copy, then I'll open up Downy, hit plus. So then I'll do extract audio only, and it'll download it, and then I'll have that sound effect. And I just want to save it in my media folder. Then I'll go back and add the sound effects into the timeline. So I know we're at a little after 3 o'clock Eastern. But yeah, that's it, y'all. Just to recap. And let me pull up my notes. So of course we got scripting first. We're recording the Ecamm. I didn't get to show you that because I'm literally in Ecamm right now, but record my A-roll into Ecamm, and I like to make my picture setting adjustments inside of Ecamm, add my LUT typically inside of Ecamm when I can. Do that first and then record. So I typically record in 4K, and I record at, I believe it's 24 frames a second or 25 frames a second because I like that more cinematic look. Record that in Ecamm. Then of course I have my B-roll that I'll film externally if I have that. I don't really like using stock B-roll because it looks corny to me, and usually when you throw it in there in like a regular video, and that's a quick nugget, it looks out of place, you know. But sometimes, you know, you got to use it, but I'll go without B-roll before I use like stock B-roll. You know what I'm saying? Create graphics if needed. Sometimes I'll do that, and this is another quick nugget. So sometimes like I'll film the video, I'll do my A-roll and all of that, and I may go back later and do some B-roll, or I may use my voice from the A-roll to create some B-roll. So like, let's say I'm saying, hey guys, you know, welcome to the channel, blah, blah, Marshall Fox. Today we're going to talk about X, Y, and Z. So I'll go through the whole thing here, but let's say I want to change my setting. You know what? I'm gonna show it to you real quick, yo, just so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But this is something that you can do to add a little bit more flair, some subtle flair to your videos. Oh shoot. Come on now. All right. Can y'all hear my video? Let me see. So I may go back and film some B-roll, but include my A-roll audio. Okay, so check this clip out. Two. None of this stuff will make you any happy. Can y'all hear this? Can y'all hear that? Can you hear the video? No problem, no problem. Downey 4.0. Hey Kath, good to see you. Oh, you know what? Because I wasn't sharing my screen. Can y'all? Okay, let me see. Let me play it now. See if y'all can hear this. I appreciate all. All right, yeah. So you should hear this now. So this is from my office tour video last year. So I'll show you what I mean. But hear me out. A lot of these types of videos on YouTube are like, hey, look at me, look what I got. But I gotta leave you with this. 1, this has been a work in progress for about 3 years. 2, none of this stuff will make you any happier. Can y'all hear this now? But this is just a little extra little nugget, something cool that you could do. I'll just try to think of certain ways that it'll help my videos stand out a little bit, just in the subtle ways where you're watching and you're like, oh, that was a little clever little trick, if you noticed it. Okay. Look, I appreciate all this and I enjoy it. I still prefer to be on the couch with my do-rag and my 6-year-old laptop that sounds like a Boeing 747. And I am most of the time. So don't chase. That's so dumb, but it's funny. So did y'all catch that? I'll rewind it in case you missed it. So I filmed my A-roll, right, with my audio. But then I went back. I was like, oh, you know what would be funny? When I'm showing myself on the couch, because this is more of an off-the-cuff statement anyway, I should just look at the camera and say that one part. You know what I'm saying? So this, you know, something you don't have to do. But you know, it's a little extra something that you could do, especially when I go back. And I typically end up going back and filming a little extra B-roll and stuff like that. So listen, I enjoy it. I still prefer to be on the couch with my do-rag and my 6-year-old laptop that sounds like a Boeing 747. And I am most of the time. So don't chase the perfect. Yeah, that, and then this part. Something that I missed that you want to know about, just drop a comment. Look, I'm serious, y'all. It's a lot. So go ahead and pause the video, grab your popcorn. This person in the back, that's actually me. So that's just a little, you know, I just masked out part of the video. The funny thing about this is nobody noticed that was me. They just thought it was somebody interrupting my video. So this little Easter egg kind of joke, it flew over most people's heads, like 99.9% of people. They had no idea. Even my parents, when I showed them, they was like, who's that? I was like, it's your son, it's me, literally. Harmon Brothers signature cut. Okay. All right. I believe you. All right, y'all. So do y'all have any questions for me? One final recap. So scripting, of course, check out Jarvis, use Doc's link. Record your A-roll in Ecamm. do your B-roll however you do that. If you have a long enough cord, you can record that if you're in the office setting with right into Ecamm if you want. But if not, of course you would have to use either a phone or your actual battery and memory card. Remember those for your camera. Film that B-roll, or get your B-roll if you get that separately. Create graphics if you need to in Canva or whatever. Then a Final Cut, set up your project. Do your A cut, so add your A roll, add your B roll, add your music, add your graphics, your transitions. Then do what I call sound design, where you're adding your little plops and swooshes and all of that. Do your color grading and then export, and you're good to go. Pastor Felicia, great to see you. Great to see you. Great to see you. All right, y'all. So if that's it, then thank you guys so much for watching. If you got any suggestions on what type of stuff you want to see, let us know. Drop it in the comments, post in the group, Ecamm Live community. If you're not in the fam, in the community, go ahead and join that group on Facebook. Super dope. And I will see you guys next week. Peace.